Good morning, friends. This is Desert from Springs in the Desert, and I'm just about to make another Nogales run. So we're going to have our Nogales haul for February 2026. Okay, we're on the road to Nogales for the February Nogales trip, and I'll be picking up my son on the way. Okay, so this is our little stop in this Nogales run. I absolutely love saguaro cacti, and there's also pitayas here. There's a town that's near where I live called La Pitaya, and this is a saguaro forest just outside of Magdelena. And this isn't the best place to shoot where it actually looks like a forest, but it's the only place that I can park to get the footage. So I just wanted to share this with you because I think it's absolutely beautiful. Okay, please forgive me here. There's going to be a lot of noise because this is a very busy highway, but this is a better view of the forest. And you can see it goes all the way back to the tops of these hills. It's just packed with saguaros. And during the time of year when these are blooming, it is absolutely incredible. And I can't take you all the way to the right because you would be shooting, you would be shooting right into the sun. But there. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so we're at the border. This is the Nogales trip. My son is holding the phone for me. He's traveling with me. My editor, I'm sure you've seen his little cartoon character before. And we're just about to go back into the good old USA. Okay, beginning of the Nogales run. Alrighty. So we got 2 3-pound chubs of 90-10 ground turkey and 5 packages of sliced provolone for my breakfast sandwiches and 4 packages of Canadian bacon, 1, oops, you can see the shadow of my hand, 1 of sausage, and a couple of packages of puff pastry. And that is another video that will be coming up soon. Alrighty, gotta get all this stuff in the freezer now. Okay, yeah, we've got 2 10-pound bags of russet potatoes. I'm gonna keep the smaller of them and put them where sunlight can get to them so that they will grow eyes so I can use them for planting. And more tortillas for burritos, of course, and stinking Walmart. I said no substitutions because I wanted all large tortillas, and they substituted some small ones anyway. So I'm not going to be able to use those for burritos. I'll have to come up with something else. Now, I said I was going to get 60 bagels so that I can make a bunch of new types of breakfast sandwiches, and this is all I actually got in my order, so that was a little disappointing. I normally make my own mayonnaise, but I haven't in quite a while. So I purchased this container of mayonnaise basically because I wanted the container to make my mayonnaise in. Okay, then these are 2 sets of sprouting seeds. I have sprouting jars, and I haven't had any seeds for them for a while. Also, I have a Zippo lighter, but I have not had wicks nor flints for them for quite some time. Now, I did purchase some Zippo fluid before, which you can see in one of the other unboxing videos, but I had ordered, this was a kit altogether, and it did not arrive. So I purchased a container of Zippo fluid, and then when I got there this time, it was there. So I have plenty of Zippo fluid. And this is going to be a fun project. The parboiled rice. I am going to home make Rice Krispies. And I'll show you how to do that in another video. So we'll put this away and we'll get to some more. Okay, that is the end of the pumpkin for the pumpkin processing, and I'll show you it in a minute on the pumpkin video. But my table is double duty. Alrighty, these are the stainless steel bags. You see, it's a stainless steel fabric, and these are to plant my trees and bushes in. They come with special gloves for handling the stainless steel, so that the gophers cannot eat my plants. As you can see, we have quite an assortment of them. I bought all one size at this time, and they're pretty big. That's half of their size. Okay. Now, I also got a book on home cheese making. I've seen this one be recommended by several different people, so I'm excited to give that a go. And Rosemary Gladstar, I had her original book a long time ago, and in one of the other unboxing or haul videos, I said that it had been eaten by termites. So I never had this one before, so I'm really looking forward to getting into it. Now, that is a tool for opening up paint buckets and also food storage buckets. That is a bagel slicer, and I was planning on getting 60 bagels on this trip, so I thought that would really help me, except they only gave me 3 packages of 6. So instead of 60 bagels, I have 18, and I certainly could have done those by hand. Anyway, now, I've been talking to you a lot about trying to get rid of plastics in my kitchen. So I had a set of these once before, and I just wore them out, actually. So I got another set, and there is a huge assortment, as you can see, of sizes in here, from little tiny to quite a good size. And they come with this nifty little bag that you can store them in. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, this may sound funny, but I didn't own an iron. I used to, but the girls dropped it on the tile floor and it didn't function anymore. And I'm going to be making some beeswax wipes. So I needed an iron. Now, to talking about the destruction by the termites, there is my original Encyclopedia of Organic Gardening. And as you can see, the entire back of the book is, the binding is completely gone, and it was eaten by termites. And that was when Rosemary Gladstar's book was consumed. So termites are a definite issue here. So that's all I'm going to show on this little quickie bit, and we'll come back in a minute with some more. Alrighty, these are the pepper seeds that I bought this trip. And this is an assortment from Survival Seeds. Now, I just did the research, and in these packets, under normal conditions, these seeds are viable with a good germination rate for 3 to 5 years. However, if there are any of them that you think you aren't going to use very soon, if you put them in a sealed container in your freezer, they will last for 15 to 25 years. So here's what we got. We got a purple beauty bell pepper, a rainbow mix for bell peppers, big red bell peppers, jalapeno peppers, cayenne peppers, Marconi red peppers, cubanelle, habaneros, Anaheim, which is one of my favorites, Serranos, another one of my favorites, Patio Snack Mix. Now these are a sweet pepper. They're not hot at all. And the California Wonder Pepper. Now, in order to save seed from your plants, you can only grow one variety at a time per location because cross-pollination can occur. Now, something else I learned this year, even though I've grown peppers my whole life, where I lived before, it was always too cold for them to live through the winter. But here it's warm enough. Peppers are not annuals. Peppers are perennials. And if you just keep them in a warm climate, for example, you can winter easily your pepper plants over from year to year. So I am really looking forward to playing around with this, and we'll put like one variety at the front of the house and one variety at the back of the house so they don't cross-pollinate, and see how we do. All right, so Survival Seeds has a bunch of really nifty sets of seeds, and these are very commonly used vegetable seeds. And in here we have the Detroit dark red beet, a golden acre cabbage, which is an excellent cabbage. I've grown it before. And Imperator carrot, which is also good. The National Pickling cucumber, which is just famous for being very prolific. The Black Beauty eggplant produces a really lovely tender eggplant. Butternut winter squash, another favorite. Cherry bell radish, another favorite. The big red pepper, that's probably a bell pepper, I'm guessing. This lettuce, Paris Island, I'm not familiar specifically with it, but I love lettuce. Kale, the dwarf Siberian, that's a very good variety. Summer squash, but a straight neck. Last year I did the crook neck. Tomato beefsteak, the really, really big tomatoes that are for slicing for like hamburgers and stuff. Black Beauty zucchini, which is my favorite zucchini. Crimson Sweet watermelon. I have never grown watermelons. I know everybody grows watermelons. I've never done it. I've done other kinds of melons. I love cantaloupe and honeydew and, you know, crenshaw and things like that. But this will be new. I've never done watermelons. And then, of course, the large red cherry tomatoes, which is also a favorite. Alrighty. One of the projects that I'm going to do after this trip is I want to make beeswax wraps. I told you, the silicone lids that I got, that I showed you a few minutes ago. I'm trying to eliminate plastics in my kitchen. So I just thought, since it was beeswax, that these were absolutely adorable. So there's a little assortment of bee fabrics. And I got white beeswax this time to work with. I'll get the yellow on my next trip. And the main ingredients are pine rosin, beeswax, and jojoba oil. And I already purchased jojoba oil in one of my previous trips, so I didn't need to purchase it this time. So I will show you a video of me making the beeswax wraps, and we're going to do them in various sizes and for various things, and I'll let you know how I think they work. Alrighty, now I bought a dozen pair of waterproof underwear. I know I've talked to you guys before about this. It's embarrassing, but like I said, a third of the world. This is all the colors, 6 in one set, and I bought 2 sets, so that's a dozen. Now, I'm excited about that. Those are my new microphones. Woohoo! Hopefully you'll be able to hear me better. And the Denison's chili, that is a guilty pleasure of mine. I make chili, but you know, some nights you just want an easy out. Okay, now this tool I am really excited about and I like a lot. I have never had a fat separator. Now this, obviously it has the screen to where when you pour your broth in there, it screens out all of the other stuff, and then it pours from the bottom so you don't get the fat in when you're canning your stuff. I'm looking forward to using that. All right, now I had started a video on seed saving and organization, and I'm gonna have to change gears in midstream because I found a better way than the way I was doing it. These are actually for photographs. but they are the perfect size for seeds. And I bought 2 of them. I'm going to have one for vegetable seeds and the other one for herbs and flower seeds. I'm sure, as wackadoodle as I am, that I'm probably going to end up having to get another 1 or 2 of them eventually. But I would like to have one of these completely filled with vegetable seeds and then put in the freezer, like I got through saying just a few minutes ago when I did the research on survival seeds. So what you do is, if you put them in upside down, there's room here for a label. So you can put a label for like peppers or eggplant or lettuces or whatever it is that you're doing. And I have seen this in several people's videos, and I like it better than what I was doing myself. So I can change. So just as an illustration, here are the 12 pepper seeds that I just bought. I put 6 one way, 6 the other, and they're perfect. There's room for more because I am compulsive and I do tend to collect things. And I think that's great. I love it. And I bought these envelopes for storing my own seeds, or when the seed packages don't work anymore, you know, so that I can, at seed type, variety, date collected, and any additional notes that you want to make. And these are lovely too. I also bought 24 white washcloths. Alrighty, so that's February 2026 and what I got this time. I'm really excited about doing the beeswax wraps. I'm going to be making some granola bars, which I'll give a video of. And in fact, the parboiled rice, that's what I'm making the Rice Krispies for, is to go inside the granola bars. And Rice Krispies frequently has TSP in it when you purchase it from the store. And obviously, I don't want a chemical solvent cleaner in my food. So I'm going to make it without. And I'm going to make the beeswax wraps in different sizes. So I'll be able to wrap up the granola bars and put them inside a silicone and put them in the freezer to store them for when I want them so that they'll stay good and fresh. So I'm looking forward to that. And I will be doing a product review on the waterproof panties. I obviously, since I bought them again, I like them, but you need to know why and things like that. And I'm not certain that everybody wants to hear that. So the incontinence product reviews will always be handled separately and will be in curated clutter and odds and ends, so you know where to look for them in the playlist. So it was delightful traveling with my son again. I hadn't seen him in a while, and that was fun. And he was a big help at getting all the boxes to the car and all. Usually I have to do that by myself. So that was very helpful, and I came back much more rested than I normally do. So that was nice. And thank you so much for being here. And please do let me know where you're watching from. I really enjoy hearing where this goes, you know. And we are a new channel. We just started the second week of second week of November last year, 2025. So we're new and we're fledgling and we're slowly growing, and every little bit just helps tremendously. So a thumbs up is very encouraging. A subscription is very helpful. And it's good to see you again. If you're coming back, thank you so much for coming back. Anyway, I really hope that you have a blessed day. Toodles. Till next time.